So we will be making sure that we'll be using the GPU when playing the game, and we'll be using a classic controller. Hello, welcome back to Pinoy Video Gamer. I am Dwayne. I'll be showing you how I set up my computer before starting a game. Okay, so why am I showing this? Actually, this video will teach you a few things on how to set up your computer. One is because I'm using a laptop. I have an internal GPU and a discrete GPU. Games can get confused on what to actually use when we start a game. We have to make sure that we are using the correct GPU. That is lesson 1. Lesson 2, as I mentioned before, I am using a really old controller. This is a Logitech RumblePad 2 and it's 15 years old. The problem with old controllers is sometimes it's not detected properly anymore. It works that Windows will install the drivers properly, but the problem is sometimes the game is not implemented well on the game. So we have to do something else to make it work properly. So those are the two things that I'll be teaching you on this video. It might help some of you. Hopefully this can teach you a bit on how to set up your computer, especially if you're not familiar with a computer and somehow you're using a really old controller like me. I just installed Watch Dogs 2 and now I'm gonna set it up to make sure that it will always use GPU. As you see, this is my screen. So what we will do is go to the search bar and type in graphics settings. So I didn't even have to type the entire thing. So we click this will show up, graphics settings. There are two options here, universal and classic. What we need to do is click on classic. The thing is, once you use universal, these are applications under Windows. But with classic, you will have to manually look for the location of the file. What we have to do is browse, then locate the file, the location of the game. I have Watch Dogs ready, but the thing is, where is it? So I go to the directory. So this is the standard location where Watch Dogs 2 is located, but it might be different on your computer. So select this, I copy the location. So once we're done with that, go back to the graphic settings, paste the location. Once we know where the location is, click this and add. So see here, it has been added, but there's another option here. Click that and you see power saving Radeon RX Vega 10 graphics, but with high performance. There's a Radeon RX 560X series. We use high performance and save. This will make sure that we'll use the discrete GPU, not the internal GPU. The next thing that we're gonna do is make sure that the controllers will work. So I'll open up a window. I'll put it down a link below just in case. This is an Xbox 360 controller emulator. This is used on a wide range of controllers. It's highly configurable. You have to download both for the reason that some games are made 32-bit, some games are made 64-bit. Once you download them, you have to put them inside the game folder. So I already downloaded this. You don't have to install anything. You just have to copy the downloaded the emulator file to the game directory. So I have placed the emulator file on this directory. It's an application. Once I click this, first thing it's gonna do is try to determine if it's 32-bit or 64-bit. If I'm using the correct emulator, it will run properly. But if it's wrong, it will tell me that I should use a 64-bit. It didn't tell me that it's 64-bit, but it told me that there is no controller settings at the moment, so I create one. This will try to look for the proper settings. So let's see. So these are the buttons. Let's see if it's working properly. So this is a controller, and this is a screen. If this all works properly, it should be following what you see on screen. So I press down here. See, the joystick is on enough. As you notice, I press down and the Xbox controller on the screen is pressing down. Rotate, and I rotate the other one. The buttons are working great. Buttons on top are working great. Okay, so that's already set up. Save. And we're done. Okay, once this is done, you don't actually need the emulator file anymore. You just leave the things that it installed there. We close everything. And let's play. Okay, this is the first time I'm gonna run Watch Dogs, and we'll see if everything worked well. See, I'm using the controller now, and it's working. At At this point, I think you have noticed that I have inserted a video instead of continuing the game earlier. Apparently, the earlier recording was choppy for some reason. I had to record this using Windows Xbox Game Recorder, but it did have some audio issues. But nevertheless, the game still worked great. It just didn't record well. But in any case, the game is looking great and it sounds great too, as long as you don't try to record it. And the controllers are working amazingly well. Anyway, thank you for your time. If you like what I have taught you and look forward to more of my videos, please like and subscribe to Pinoy Video Gamer. Thank you.